everybody, this is your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast, your host of the #1 podcast coming to you live in America. And today I have the absolute CEO, founder of this incredible tech company, Mr. Tim. He is a serial entrepreneur and his mantra is to provide superior technology services that customers recommend, entrepreneurs prefer, and partners are proud of. Mr. Tim is experienced in security, digital marketing, recruitment, sales, you name it. He is a multiverse serial entrepreneur, and he is very diverse in various numerous asset classes. Over the years, Mr. Tim has become an expert liaison between entrepreneurs and his engineering teams. He focuses on leveraging technology to disrupt traditional business paradigms and delivering value. His newest and latest platform, which we're going to talk about today, is called TrueFanz with a Z. It puts content creators in control and in the driver's seat of their members and in the subscribership. The platform empowers content creators to get paid from their following and develop a more direct and exclusive relationship with their biggest fans online through predictable revenue and deeper connection. So without further ado, I don't want to hold this man back any further. We have the incredible Mr. Tim Branyan. Yeah.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. Pleasure to be here, man.
Pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining on the Gentleman Style Podcast show, sir. You are incredible. When we bumped shoulders, I had to absolutely get you on the show, and I was absolutely ecstatic for what you're doing, brother.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited about it too, man. It's been a pleasure, truly.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure. So I gotta ask, before we dive into the TrueFanz and what you and your team have built, what motivates you? What wakes you up in the morning? What encourages you? What inspires you, brother?
Right. So for me, it's impact that creates fulfillment. I was in the military like you. That was our first connection point. You know,
thank you for your service.
Yeah, smartest thing that I did. Probably one of the smartest things you did too, right, bro?
Right.
So that gave me a serious, I'd like to say even advantage. I was hurdling obstacles as a part of a team, and I played a position in the mission, which gave me fulfillment and gave me purpose. And transitioning out of that. When I left the military, I wanted to still continue on that forefront of serving and impacting, and technology became that vehicle both for freedom, like true freedom, and then simultaneously impact. There's a lot you can do with tech. So that's, I think, like what wakes me up is the ability to help people get paid, the ability to solve problems, the ability to serve through technology as that vehicle.
I love that. That's deep. That is deep, and that's when whoever serves the most people, those are the true successful entrepreneurs, right? Some people get into it for the money, the wealth, the fame, the cars, but service is
that's early. That's early entrepreneurs. So the early guys are thinking just about money. They're thinking just about the monetary stuff. The people that realize how to get to the money focus on how can I solve problems? How do I help you? How do I get involved? Where are your pains at? I think the most profitable people identify pains and then serve those pains, right? And that's, it's simple. Whether you run a lemonade stand or you run a multi-million-dollar tech company, the reality is the more people you serve, you will be paid in proportion to that, the problems that you solve. So anyway, that's,
big facts. Hashtag facts, yo. So Mr. Branyan, tell us, what's the story behind TrueFanz, right? What is the goal with TrueFanz, and how does it help influencers and entrepreneurs?
Right. Well, it started with the problem in the marketplace. We're friends with entrepreneurs, we're friends with influencers, and we're seeing people get impacted. They lost their YouTube channel, they lost their Instagram, they didn't have an email list, they didn't have, that was their business, and overnight, that can be taken away from you when you don't have that control, when you don't have, your customer database. The other problems that we witnessed were the reach, right? Everybody's experiencing this right now. If you're trying to build on Instagram, you're trying to build on Facebook. This isn't to knock these companies. They've done phenomenally well. They revolutionized the world. But their dynamic is different. It's pay to play model, where you, as the user, get to use their platform for free. And in exchange, they will sell your information to advertisers to put their stuff in front of you. There's ads. So it's not in their best advantage to, even if you have a group or a Facebook page or, a group chat going, it's not in their best interest to notify everybody. It's not in their best interest to use their bandwidth and their engine, if you will, to put your message out there across the spectrum. It's actually not advantageous to them. It makes more sense for them to limit that, which they do through algorithms. They limit your reach. So you pay in order to get your audience or get a broader scope of people to see your stuff. So, that along with demonetization, another problem. The algorithms for diminishing reach, I mentioned that one. The limiting, your ability, freedom of speech. To be bold. You can't, if you have a different, we no longer allowed to edit other people's ideas or critique and have conversations. Unfortunately, it ends up being controversial, which is, again, unfortunate on social media typically. But not now, like literally right now, if you have an opposing opinion, then the platform owners themselves, they're going to delete your account. Like people are being canceled. And so that's in my opinion, a problem. Because your voice can be taken away like that if you don't have your own control, your own platform. So all these things that make up traditional social media, we thought, okay, we can change this up. We can give somebody control of their own platform. They can post what they want. They can post, within our limits. We don't allow porn, but they can post, if they're gun enthusiasts and they're weapons enthusiasts and trainers, if they're political, left, right. They have an ecosystem where their reach isn't diminished. We don't run ads. We're curating an environment where it's an invite-only creator community, but they get to post, they get to share videos, they get to share voice, they get to share their message, and everyone gets notified. So instead of just 10 people, whether 10 people or 10,000 people, everybody gets notified. Everybody gets reached when you make a post or when you send out a message, and you can mass message all your people individually with a paid or unpaid message. It's just our job. The biggest shift is that as a technology company, it's in our best favor to get you paid. It's in our best favor to make it a win-win-win, where when you post, your audience sees it, they're engaged. We want to help people create a connected community. So that's really the difference.
So that's major, right? So I don't want anyone to miss that. That's major. This TrueFanz platform, unlike Facebook and other algorithms, they don't limit or stagnate your content, right? It doesn't, like Facebook, for example, talks about, or people have heard that, you're only 10% of your highest fans are going to get access to your content, or they're going to market it to the 10% more active people. TrueFanz, every one of your subscribers get notified when you post. So I didn't want that to slip through the cracks. That's big, y'all.
Yeah, it's big.
So I want to talk about what's the type of influencers that can benefit from the use of TrueFanz. Who are ideal for this platform?
Right. Anybody that's doing creative work. I mean, that's a huge umbrella of people. I think musicians, right? There's so many entrepreneurs and influencers, which I think they're very similar, entrepreneurs and influencers, a whole nother topic. But there's so many people that could benefit right now in the current circumstance of the world and in instability and uncertainty, that could benefit from this platform. These are musicians, these are fitness influencers, these are models, these are folks that do meme pages, could be podcasters, right? Could be writers, could be artists, chefs. We have all these different people. We have truck enthusiasts, we have monster truck drivers, we have not NASCAR, what's it called, drag racing folks on our platform. There's magicians. It's anybody that has an audience, right? Anybody that has an audience that would want to take it to the next level, that would want to join their inner circle. That's who TrueFanz can benefit, is people that have a community and people that have folks that that would want to take it a step further. So that there's a broad scope. So I'm getting that.
That's super incredible. You all are tuning into the incredible Mr. Brandon, and he is telling us and spilling some tea on his incredible platform that is changing the absolute landscape. We are going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't you guys go anywhere. We're coming back.
I'm Marcus Norman, bringing fresh vibes to hot topics surrounding culture, relationships, business, finance, sex, dating, faith, and everything in between. Whether you're into passive income opportunities, trending topics and useful relationship tips, or dynamic guest speakers, there's something for everyone. You can expect all that and more every week. If you're down with this content, then consider joining our growing community by subscribing to Gentleman Style Podcast and smash the bell to get on our VIP list. Your support means the world. Thanks for watching. Link to my channel.
Everybody, we are back to the Gentleman Style Podcast show. We have the incredible CEO, founder, app creator, developer with his team, Mr. Tim Branyan, and he is changing the way developers, content creators, photographers, influencers, musicians, anyone who has a live audience can change the way that their subscribership is connected and connecting us all in a beautiful and better way. And so we have the incredible CEO, his software. Tell us, Mr. Brown, is your software or app customizable to each individual brand? Because can I put logos? Can I put my field, my brand on the TrueFanz software?
Right. So that's a great question. With regards to TrueFanz, this is a new vertical that we've taken. We've run across folks that have very large followings in the multi-millions, celebrity status folks. People that are unhappy with other platforms, people that are unhappy with other of our competitors in the market, and they're looking for an alternative. And I think that next adaptation or that next evolution for folks that have reached a really high level of influence is to own their own domain, own their own ecosystem, their own platform. So we're literally building custom platforms for nonprofits, custom platforms for individuals in the music space, individuals in the fitness space, models. And that's a little bit of a unique process. They actually reach out to us and we find out who they are, who their audience is, what they're doing, what their ideas are for, replicating our technology and white labeling our technology for their specific needs. So just recently we got an agency involved that manages a lot of different talent. We're in the music industry now pretty heavily, with some really awesome people. I'm not going to throw their names out there, but some really terrific people that you guys would probably know. And we've had the opportunity to really pioneer what this can look like for record labels, for an individual who is pursuing music. And I think that's the future. If I'm being honest, it's less, are you on TrueFanz? Are you on Patreon? Are you on such and such? I think it's, what is your own social media? It's going to be, tim.com or, whatever your name is, Marcus, normanfans.com. And you're going to have your own, carve out of social media. We want to be the developers behind the scenes of that, the engine, if you will. So yes, it is possible. We can do custom builds for individuals that want to take a variation of our technology. But in regards to folks who want to leverage TrueFanz, maybe they don't have multiple millions of people. The lowest hanging fruit is getting on TrueFanz, and there are some customization options. You can't change the entire ecosystem as far as colors, and our branding will still be on there. But you can add your logo to a picture and pin it. People are going to know your name. They don't really know about us or really care particularly about the platform. They're there for you as an individual and as an influencer. I think it's less about us. They reach out to us when they need us, but they're more interested in engaging with you. So you can set up your environment. You have your bio that tells people about you, what they can expect when they get access to your platform. If they do take it the next step and go through your subscription price that you set and they get entry, you can set up your profile picture, your bio. So customizations like that do exist, but for the folks that want to take it to the next level, we do offer white label variations of our technology. There's an upfront price, it's reasonable, and then every one of those is a different case scenario based on who we're talking with. So it's important that we find out who that person is, what they've got going on. Everybody's got really cool, unique ideas based on that creative, trajectory that they're on. And yeah, man,
that's powerful, y'all. So you can customize this thing and put your branding along. You can't completely erase the TrueFanz ecosystem, but that's powerful. If you are just tuning into the Gentleman Style Podcast show, Mr. Tim just explained how this ecosystem TrueFanz concept is coming together, and it puts you, the influencer, in the driver's seat. So if you missed that, please scroll back and check it out, because this is phenomenal. I've been telling, I got my buddy on here, Mr. Brandon Crotty. He is he's a paranormal investigator. So this man is powerful. And so I was telling him, I've been talking to him about you all week, because I was excited about this platform. He does paranormal investigation. So he goes to haunted.
I'll watch that from the sideline, Brandon.
Haunted sites, and he does the investigations. That's huge, huge. So I was telling him, I've been talking about you all week, man. But so let's talk about it, because people want to know. We want to get to the money, right? Because there's money in this thing. So what are the different ways that influencer can get paid on the TrueFanz platform?
Right. Let me talk about the problem first. Again, with that, I've met influencers, and I wouldn't have known this like last year or a year and a half ago. The number one problem that I see now is influencers are heavily underpaid, severely underpaid. I've met people with multiple millions, with large engagements, with true fans already, but they're not monetizing. They don't know necessarily how, or that's not their focus, and it's okay that it's not their focus. They're creatives. They're working on their craft. But all they need is an ecosystem or an infrastructure and a little bit of guidance. And I've seen people do phenomenal. You wouldn't believe the numbers that I've seen people do within a matter of 24 hours or less. And, I'm not going to make income claims. And I will say that, past results aren't indicative of future results.
Disclaimer.
And
Love it.
If you work it like a business, it can pay you like a business. That's the reality of anything. You have to work. But this is a phenomenal infrastructure for someone to take advantage of and utilize. So that's the number one problem, is that influencers are severely underpaid, in my opinion, my experience. Now, with regards to the infrastructure of TrueFanz, how are you paid? We actually have 6 ways to get paid right now, with 3 more rolling out here in like the next 40 days.
3 more?
Yes, we'll get to some of those cool features that are rolling out. We're going through a massive redesign, along with some new feature rollouts and enhancements, just based on the sheer volume of people that have been joining the platform. We've needed a larger foundation. So in regards to those 6 ways to get paid, we have pay-per-view messaging. So you can message, like once somebody joins your platform through the subscription, and you set that price, whether it's $1 or $100 a month, to get access to your content. Inside of that, once that's unlocked, inside your news feed, if you will, you can designate locked posts. We call those premium posts, and you can set prices to those whatever you want. These are your upsells. It could be, an ebook. It could be a painting, drawing, picture. It could be a document. It could be new release music. It could be a fitness, workout, or a recipe, that are your more, costly things. So even if I'm paying you $1, now that I get inside your TrueFanz channel, I want to unlock other things to gain more access to this thing that you do, exclusive access. So additionally, like there's pay-per-view content, there's messaging. So whether you message an individual or your entire audience, whether there's 10,000 people or 10 people, they all get notified, and you can make an offer in DMs. You can be having a conversation with somebody. And this is incredibly powerful for folks that have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers. When you've segmented yourself as a fan, and you can now engage with that person that otherwise you wouldn't be able to reach on Instagram or Facebook or any of their traditional social medias, like good luck.
It's not possible.
Now they're going to give you the time of day because you're a fan. Like you've already said, you've put your money where your mouth is, and you're involved now in their craft. You're supporting what it is that they're doing. That means a lot. Like as an artist and creator. If you hear my kids, are upstairs.
This is a family show. I love
family,
it.
It's a real deal. There's donations, gifts, tips. You as the content creator can decide what that says. So a strategy there is you can do a giveaway, and then have your fans pool money together. We've seen, this is an example that I've seen. Somebody pooled their post money together for like a soup kitchen type thing in their hometown, like during Thanksgiving, and they reached a certain amount. And then the video that person released was the results of that money that was given, right? Like to that person. Like that's huge to me. And in all honesty, man, like that's my grander vision for this, is getting linked up with a nonprofit, somebody that I can show this technology to and show them how we can change the game in regards to philanthropy. Like if we take this concept and give it to a missionary company or the Boy Scouts of America or big brother groups, etc. Now we're going to change the way that they not only receive money, but how that money is transformed into digital content that their viewers, their supporters can see and be a part of. Like that gives me chills, man. That's impact.
I got goosebumps right now.
It's go ahead. But yeah, so tips, donations, gifts. There's pay-per-view. There's mass messaging. There's subscription based, right? You're in charge of your subscription. You can change it whenever you want for promo. There's unlockable content, and then we also have a promotion section where you, as an invited creator, you have someone that has gone through the registration process. You have access to the tool. You can then invite people. We are 100% invite only. So not just everybody can join. We do that for security reasons. We do that for brand integrity reasons. We don't want, it's less of a Walmart and more like a country club for creators. So everybody's vetted. Everybody, goes through that process. But so inside of your promotion section, if you invite somebody and they join the platform, and let's assume that they go through you help them become profitable with their brand. It's your friend. It's somebody you're going to actually make 5% on all sales that they generate through the platform for life. So, there's no multi-tier. We didn't want this to become a business thing for somebody to like be an affiliate and only focus on that. We want creators. We give 5 invitations for new creators on the platform that they can send out, and they can earn income through those invitations. We want them to think about, who do I know that could benefit from this? Who do I know that could do well with a platform like this? Who do I know that has an audience? And then grant them access to the platform, help them get spun up, and then we incentivize them based on their success.
Woo!
Yeah.
So, you all heard it first from the CEO himself. There are 6 different ways, right? I don't know any other platform that's paying like that. 6 different ways that you can monetize your channel, and the nonprofit aspect just blew my mind. I instantly got a vision of feeding the homeless, right? Going over to Africa, going over to a third world country and saying, listen, your donation, your contribution helps me feed this young child, this young family.
Check this out. Look at the impact of what I'm doing. Right? Join my ecosystem. This is, Marcus serves, whatever you want to call your it's huge, man.
That's huge. That's massive. I told you guys, we have the absolute best on this show. Mr. Tim Branyan is incredible. I've been looking forward to this all week. We got one more commercial break. You guys don't go anywhere. We're going to get back. We see some questions in the audience. We'll be right back. See you guys soon.
Are you a local business looking to offer your customers easy access to cash without having to travel miles? We're here to help. At Norman Legacy Investments, we provide free ATMs with free installation that provide a suitable investment for your business. Even better, we offer you some profit sharing and handle everything from start to finish. Just reach out to us today to schedule a free consultation.
Hey everybody, it's Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast, your host of the #1 podcast. We have the CEO, founder, tech expert, sales entrepreneur, just serial entrepreneur, Mr. Tim Branyan, spilling the absolute T on this TrueFanz app. And he just talked about how the different ways you can get compensated and the big picture, the big global picture of taking your TrueFanz, your fan base to new and higher level of heights. Even if you're whether you're a church, photographer, small business, nonprofit, feeding the homeless, this is multilateral and this can be taken to the next level. And it's invite only. So there's a huge vetting process. So not everyone gets in. Only exclusive after you've been vetted. So we have a question from the audience.
Yeah.
And I have to find it.
So I believe in you.
I appreciate it. Where is she? I saw it earlier.
Comments, man. We gotta dig through.
There it is. So Miss Shanique Henry asks, does your platform have an app?
So we do have an app that's launching here in the next 60 days, 62 days. That's the ETA that I was given. We had it originally, and it's kind of, it's a longer answer. So the platforms like the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, they actually take 15 to 30% of profits. And that's a no-go, right? We don't want to take away from the creators' incomes or earnings. So we set out to build what's called a web SaaS. SaaS stands for software as a service. It's a cloud-based or an online-based portal where you can log into it. And our goal, when people ask typically for an app, what they want is the experience of an app. They don't care necessarily how it's built or the engines or all the nerd parts about how it functions, native app, React, blah, blah, blah. They're more interested in the experience and having it on their phone and getting the notifications. So that's when we set out. Our objective was to build the web version so it was responsive and it felt like an app and it worked like one. And that's really what we're in the trenches of now, is even improving that, taking that web-based platform and turning it into more of an app-like experience and a familiar experience like Instagram, like Facebook Messenger, etc. All these things that people are familiar with. And it's been exciting. It's been complex. A lot of drawing is taking place right now. For those who can see, I'm holding up paper of all our drawings that are occurring, talking to designers and working through the complexities of figuring out what people want, how they're engaging with the platform. So we will have an app, though. I say all that to say that we're focusing on the web-based version, but we're also engineering the app. The app will be for creators to use only. And that's because fans are paying the money, right? And we don't want to use the Play Stores for that because it will diminish their earnings. We actually built out what's called a progressive web app for fans to use if they choose. And basically that's, I'll break it down. That's where you can essentially download the internet and make it a mobile icon like on your device. It sounds kind of crazy. It looks like an app. It's not an app. It's called a progressive web app. So anybody that's interested, you look at PWA, Papa Whiskey Alpha, PWA, and you can research the difference between a progressive web app and a normal native app. That's a whole nother side conversation. I believe that that's the future. I believe that we're going to decentralize those, like the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, and it will be more, you can download sites to your phone. Anyway, that's a whole nother side topic. Yes, we're building an app. It will be for creators, and we're going to continue to improve the experience on the web version for everyone, creators and subscribers. So great question.
Great question, Shanique.
And she's familiar with SaaS, so she's a fellow nerd. So
salute. So we just talked about the money. We talked about SaaS. How fast can I get paid as an influencer? Does it take months, weeks? How quickly are the payouts? Right.
So we partnered with Stripe, and Stripe Connect is the name of the service that we integrate with. They're phenomenal. Stripe is awesome. And so payouts occur when you want them to. Active funds. So let's assume that you get subscribers and you're making income. Inside of your statement section, you're going to see all the ledger, all the statements, all the tax information that you would need, all the breakdown of your earnings, and then you can take withdrawals directly to your ACH account whenever they're active. So there is no wait time. There is no limit on whether it's $25 or $25,000 that you want to withdraw. It's directly synced to your account, and you can send that directly to your account. There's no specific wait times. Typically on the first withdrawal, it takes 5 to 7 days. That's just for security reasons. They're verifying that your transactions are legit. There's no craziness going on. But that's typically if you're a brand new account through our merchant.
That's quick. That is quick money. I don't think Uber or DoorDash pays that quick. Lord, that is quick. So quick access to your money, guys. So this platform allows you to get paid 6 different ways, 3 new ones on the rollout in the works, and you can get paid quickly and monetize quickly. What social media platforms is TrueFanz compatible with?
When you say compatible, you mean like what can you link to, or
what can I link it to? Can I link it to TikTok?
Yeah, so you can have links like shared on your profile, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. The goal or the emphasis would be to segment your existing audiences on those platforms and drive them to your community on TrueFanz. So, you can while you can have these links in there that would send people out of your TrueFanz to, those various places that you're building or you're posting. The bigger emphasis would be to bring those people to your TrueFanz, and that's where you're going to, number one, monetize, and number two, have that more connected space,
super
more
dope,
exclusive content. So typically, like even this, right? We're on this podcast. If you had a TrueFanz channel, we would cut the last 10 minutes, or we would give 90% and then say, hey, if you guys want to hear the outtakes, if you guys want to hear where we really went into like how to set up effectively the strategy, and the CEO broke it down, follow me on TrueFanz. Here's the link. It's $1 a month. You know what I mean? Now they're feeding your family while simultaneously getting the nutrients of like the education that you're giving. So it's a win-win-win. So that's where people would, that's how you would segment one example.
So you guys see the level of think on this gentleman. You see how big picture he is. Look how this man is incredible. And thank you, Shanique. Yes, fellow nerds. Nerd. Was it?
Nerds unite. I don't know. I just salute, man. I give people the salute.
There you go. America, always. So I gotta ask, because everyone has been asking me, everyone that I share it with is like, oh, that sounds like OnlyFans. And I said, no. So let's break the myth right now. Okay. Is TrueFanz open to adult entertainers?
No, we're not. One, from our standpoint, and then two, from our merchant processor. They don't allow it. So we don't allow it. We're following the rules. And we set out to be the platform that is a home to folks that would love to have an OnlyFans, would love to have a Patreon, but they don't want the negative connotation in their minds associated with that industry. So we wanted to plant our flag there and say, okay, here, this is your community, this is your space, this is who we are, this is what our branding is going to be about, and this is who we're going to allow in, and we're going to monitor these, our community and our culture, and we're going to serve creatives. It's not to, that's what we set out to do. And that's what we've become. And we found that there's a lot of people that are in that boat that would love to have it, but don't want the negative connotation. So we even give strategy for that. So we do have models, and our models are very unique. We have models that work on monster trucks, literally these huge trucks. And they're beautiful women that also, drive a race car, or they're beautiful women that also work on a farm. They're beautiful women that also work with their hands. They're heavy machinery operators. I'm thinking of all these people right now, and they're awesome and they're creatives, but they just so happen to be pretty and they model as well. So their channels are mixed between education and their modeling associated with their heavy machinery. It's super unique, and they've done phenomenally well. It's just that we draw that line where there's no adult content allowed. So
good. I wanted to bust that myth wide all the way open and get it out of everyone's mind, so that connection
can be. If we were
made.
invite only, that would be a major problem. We would be saturated probably within a day.
Right.
it would, because we wouldn't be able to control. People would send out invitations, and it would, it's an amazing platform for that industry, but we're not for that industry. If you're in that, you've got options with OnlyFans, you've got options with Patreon, have at it. We're more for the other type of creator.
The other side of the house. Absolutely. Yeah. So we're exchanging money. There's a lot of data moving around. A big question on everyone's mind, especially in the cybersecurity era, is my information or the information of my fans or even the money, is it secure and safe, protected, encrypted?
Right. So that was my, my job in the military, my professional life before getting into technology was security. I worked, I was security forces to start in the United States Air Force. And that's more like, static security. It's kind of like, I think you guys call it master at arms in the Navy.
Yes.
And you're static to start. And then, there's opportunities where you can work on a base defense operations center and do dispatch and be involved with technology and things there that I can speak of. Outside of that, I got into even more technology. And just outside of that, I got into even more technology when I got into private contracting with the government. I worked in support of the DoD for about 3.5 years on some really unique systems and opportunities there. And everything was associated with security. So to get back to your question, it's a huge, I love solving problems in security. Again, it goes back to fulfillment. So one, all of our stuff is encrypted. It's stored in AWS S3, which is Amazon servers and hosting. Additionally, all of your payment information is stored with Stripe, and it's completely encrypted. And they're a tier 1 merchant processor. You can look up all their PCI compliances and all their security tests. Phenomenal platform. Like their founders are geniuses. And they've really, they built their platform with developers in mind first. So it's like the smoothest technology integrations, the smoothest logic to programming that I've ever seen with a platform is through Stripe. Like hats off to those guys. They're brilliant.
Love that.
And I think they're going to be even bigger over the next few years. So anyway.
Bigger than Square? Wow.
Yeah, they're awesome. Anyway, and then as far as DMCA, let's talk about that, right? An additional level of security. Or additional issue. This is an issue across all platforms. People post content, and then there's criminals. There's people that will pay the price to get in. They'll screenshot content, and they will then distribute that or pretend to be that person. This happens all the time, right? You get on Instagram. If you have any amount of fame, people are trying to steal your name and pretend to be you. So this is a huge and exciting project. We just launched screenshot detection. No other platform, I think, has this. And it's a web-based SaaS, so it's complex. But basically what happens is you as a content creator, you have fans. If they screenshot your stuff, whether you're using a third-party tool like a plugin or they're using their device, it notifies them, warning, screenshot detected, creator's name was just notified. It blacks out the actual picture piece of content so they can't see it, gives them a strike on our system so our team sees it, and then it notifies the creator, hey, so-and-so, here's their email, here's their name, here's their username. They just screenshotted this content at this time from this IP address. So that gives the content creator control to then say, okay, hey, you, number one, you're blocked. Number two, or warn that person. Maybe they don't know. Maybe it's an innocent, move.
Your mom.
Or maybe you allow it. Maybe you as a content creator are cool with somebody screenshotting your recipe. That's fine. So anyway, the content creator, assuming that it was illegal activity, they now have information to go pursue that individual legally and, scare them or tell them to take it down. They can go and take care of the takedown requests. Additionally, we're building injectable user IDs inside of content. So at the point of upload, there's a little strand of code in there that will allow the creators to search for their content on the internet and send out DMCAs, or at least gather the data, the information that they need to determine who it is, what they took, and take down. So these are things that no one else has. We just rolled that out last week. We're pumped for it, and these are the ways that we're going to set the standard in the industry. Right. Is providing the service that creatives, that content owners need in order to monetize. if we didn't have that, which other people don't, I don't know what they're working on, it's irrelevant. If we didn't have that, that ruins our brand's integrity. It ruins the exclusivity of you having a channel as a creator. So it's irritated us enough that it happened even once that we took it to a whole nother level of, okay, cool.
This will never happen again.
Right. And even one more thing. So 99.9% of hackers or criminals are masking their IP address. They're using spoofed proxies. They're using fake IPs. They're using throwaway emails. All of those things are not allowed on TrueFanz. So again, I'll dive into some complexity. If somebody's using a throwaway email and a throwaway IP address, or one or the other, our platform actually sends them out what's called SCA, which is strong customer authentication. So before they can even pay, it's prompting them, to enter a biometric like a thumbprint or facial recognition, their last 4 digits of their bank information, as an additional step to check out, because we're going to determine, okay, you're using all this throwaway stuff that's sketchy. Here, prove that it's actually you. Prove that you're actually going through this. And 99% of the time they don't go through it because they're not who they say they are, or they have ill intent. And then additionally, if somebody's using like a browser like Tor or a VPN, we don't even allow them to log into the platform. We mitigate it right from the jump because it's sketchy behavior. It's like walking into a store with a ski mask on.
Right.
Like, no, man, you can stay out here. So
that is high level, brother. Yeah, and you can see the military came out, right? He is protecting your information. This is not going to be the next 9/11. This is not going to be the next target with your information getting hacked and getting out there. This company, Mr. Tim and his team, are taking security to a whole nother level. You have
from a liability standpoint, we don't store that with us because it's way safer with a massive company like Amazon or a massive company like Stripe. These are multi-billion-dollar. I don't know if Amazon's a trillion in or not, but they've got excellent encryptions.
Right. So look at that from beginning to end. So a platform where you're safe, your money safe, and your fans and your content, right? That's the most valuable part. As an influencer, your music, your photography, your pictures, that content is safe and protected so someone else can't take it elsewhere, because that's what makes us who we are as influencers, is our content. Yep. Interviews like this. So and
we've got even like partnerships. There's a company I'm actually talking to them right now, Axure, AXUR.com, and then Brand Shield. These are companies that literally that is their job, is to help you with DMCA takedowns and fake accounts and protecting your identity and protecting. So even if it's something that we can't help, like full circle help you with DMCA, we'll recommend that you go talk to these folks and get involved with their systems. And those exist. And if you're an influencer now and you're listening to this and you haven't set yourself up with some sort of protection like that, it's inevitable. Somebody's going to take your information, your name and your picture, and create a fake, social account. Right. And you can do something about it. So hopefully those two that I mentioned can help a little bit.
That is massive. What advice would you give to a growing entrepreneur on their journey to building their own business? Tips, secret advice?
So for the listeners right now, look around the room, wherever you're at. If you're driving, keep your eyes on the road. But think about everything in your environment right now started as a thought. Everything started as a thought. That is a godlike thing to do, is to have an imaginary thought, to have thought. And, I've got a pen right here. This was somebody's idea. I've got a mouse right here, this computer, this platform that we're on, StreamYard. Everything started as a conceptual idea. So the first thing that you need to do is fix into your mind the thing that you want to build, whether it be in technology, whether it be in a physical product. Think about, first, I guess, think about the problem, then think about what it is that you want to build. What's the solution? Determine, and this is coming, I'm going through this right now as an entrepreneur. for those of you that can see, I'm going through a Think and Grow Rich formula to extract the ideas and stay in my imagination on what it is that I'm going to build. And so I'll just read this directly for you. So fix in your mind the exact thing that you want to build. Determine exactly what you're going to give in return for the fruition of that product. Nothing comes for free. Nothing comes without effort. So what can you do on a daily basis that's going to get you towards that goal? Establish a definite date. We don't do that often. We typically, whether you're talking about the gym, you want to lose weight, or it's talking about an idea or an amount of money that you want to make, we very rarely say, okay, by February 2022, I will have this thing done. I will be making this amount. That's key, because then it forces you to really think, okay, how am I going to get to that? And then create a definite plan for carrying out that desire and begin immediately, whether you're ready or not. Get out of your head. I see so many entrepreneurs fail because they never start. They're afraid. They've got apprehensions. I get it. Get out of your own way. Fear is fake. And if you're a believer, nothing on this earth. You should be afraid of nothing on this earth. You were given the abilities and talents. There's nothing special about me. Nothing special about Marcus. And this isn't knocking us, but we chose to pursue and ride this roller coaster of wins and emotions. But it's just getting started. And you're not going to be good at first. I wasn't good at first. No one's good at first. You picked up the violin today. Are you going to be able to play like a song really well? No. You can scratch that thing. You can get started, and you can research, and you can move fast, and you can fail with enthusiasm, and you can fail with, fail fast. That's what I always tell people that I work with at the incubator. Fail fast, get started, throw mud, figure it out. I think that's what gives us military guys an advantage at times, is because we figure it out. If you're in a situation where you have to adapt and overcome, that's just it. So, a lot of people, I see people really get started and really change when there's restlessness and discontent. When you hit a place of like restlessness and discontent, that's when you really start mind mapping. How do I get out of here? How do I get to where I need to go? And you're right. Daniel said you can't be afraid to start, 100%. And then the next steps, man, are just reading your plan out in the morning and then at night, like reassuring yourself of this plan that you put into place. And that's where it all starts, is deciding where you want to go, what you're going to do, and then seeing it through.
Love that. Woo! He's given us nuggets after nuggets after nuggets. This whole video has been nuggets. What is your favorite way to give back, sir?
I love getting around entrepreneurs, man. I love giving. I've had wins and I've had some serious losses, man. I've failed. I've been scared. I've cried. I've been burnt. I've been scammed. I've been, poked, prodded in this. And it's like, if I can help somebody bridge the learning curve, if I can help somebody with just looking them in the face and saying, you can do this, dude. Like, you can do this, and you should, because it's your freedom. It's your asset. It's your gift. If you're not beating on your gift, shame on you. Don't go dormant. Don't let your flame go out. Right. So my favorite way to give back is through empowerment, education. I work with the youth in my city. I'm part of an organization called the Wiseman International, and we support the YMCA. So we raise a lot of money every year. I dress up like Santa. I'm with some community leaders and some of the greatest people, the greatest dudes in my area, and we raise money for the YMCA and all these kids that otherwise couldn't get access to that facility. Their families, we sponsor their memberships so they get off the street, or they stop hanging around with knuckleheads, and get them inside that program and playing sports and being active. And so that's how I like to give, is community based, and then through lessons or information.
Information, yeah.
Right.
Knowledge is power, man. They can take everything else. They can't take what's up here. Once that's in there,
That's
it's locked.
huge. It changed your life. Books changed my life. Information changed my life. Getting around different people changed my life. And that, I think, is the change to impact communities, impact culture, to impact, as new information. If you're a product of everybody else around you, right, and everybody else around you isn't going anywhere fast, you need to get into a new fishbowl. Like, you need to audit yourself. Stop, look around and say, where am I going? Where is this going to lead likely? Do some self-assessment and find your new trajectory or your fishbowl.
You need to get out of here.
I'm saying that from experience. Like, that was me, and luckily I and other people that found a new way just stopped and said, okay, I can be something different. I can do something different. It's that belief, I think. But
True. Yeah. That's so true. What is the best way for my audience to connect with you, subscribe, and apply to the TrueFanz platform and get on board with this movement?
Right. So I'm on LinkedIn. I think you've got my LinkedIn there. So yeah, you can look up Tim Branyan on LinkedIn, add me there. Our TrueFanz page is TrueFanz with a Z, or The Real TrueFanz with a Z. That's on Instagram. If you do message and you're wanting to talk to me, just put Tim in your message, because I do have VAs and assistants that help with that platform. And then if you want to apply for access the TrueFanz, go to TrueFanz and click on Create Account. That will pop up an application form. Fill that out to the best of your ability. We literally, this is an application. Like, we really do look through these and tell us where you came from. If you're coming from this show, I definitely want to know about it. That way, I will give Marcus. I want you to work with these folks, man, and give them. I know you already have access, so I'll let you even be the gatekeeper in this case.
I'm on it, boss. I'm gonna screen them. Nobody's came through this gate. Y'all locked out.
But yeah, you can find more information there on TrueFanz.com. We've got a video on there, just a basic one-page website, and then we have a YouTube link which has training videos, which has some more videos where you can find content, some explainers. I think my partner Logan's on there too. Yeah, so that's us. I think that's all the platforms, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Tim. This has been impactful. This has been dynamic. Man, spilling all the tea, y'all. If you all haven't gotten on board yet, please get on board. Check out the TrueFanz platform. You won't want to miss this train. The train has left the station, but it's still slow enough to get that invite only. So y'all check out Mr. Branyan and what his phenomenal company is doing. And thank you, Mr. Branyan, sir. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us on the Gentleman Style Podcast platform. This is huge. I appreciate you, brother. And thank you all, my audience, for tuning in to this impactful episode. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And like I always say, I'm going to end it here. I gotta let Mr. Tim Branyan run his company because he got stuff to do. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Like I always say, take care of your families, take care of your homes, and take care of business. This is Marcus Norman, the Gentleman Style Podcast Show, and Mr. Tim Branyan, CEO of TrueFanz, signing off. Love you guys.